Hello there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training company passmyinterview.com, and in this tutorial I will teach you how to pass an NHS 111 call handler interview. So if you do have one of these interviews coming up, please do make sure you watch this tutorial from beginning to end, because I promise to help you be the standout candidate. I would like you to pass your interview, and to achieve that goal, this is what I will cover. I will give you example 111 call handler interview questions, sample answers to help you prepare for and pass your 111 call handler interview, the qualities that you must demonstrate during this interview, also 2 questions to ask at the end of your 111 call handler interview, and also further resources to help you pass. I'll basically tell you where you can download these slides and an accompanying guide to help you prepare. Now, before I do that, a quick warm welcome to this 111 call handler training tutorial. My name is Richard McMunn, that's me there in the centre. I am a former fire officer, and I founded the passmyinterview.com website, and I've been helping people for about 20 years now to pass their interviews, and I always do that by giving you top scoring answers you can't find anywhere else on the internet. On that basis, please do subscribe to my channel by clicking the red button below the video and also turning on the notification bell so you get notified the minute that I upload new content. I would also appreciate your support if you gave the video a like. Thank you very much. That tells me you enjoy the content, and I will therefore create more for you. Okay, let's get into the tutorial and let's take a look at those 111 call handler interview questions and answers. So the first question that we need to prepare for is, tell me about yourself. So my tip for answering this question highly is there are 2 things we need to cover in your answer: the qualities you have, and also the fact you have read the job description and it is a match for your skills and your experience. So here is my suggested answer. I am a calm and composed person who has the ability to quickly assess situations to make the correct decisions in line with relevant guidelines and procedures. The qualities I possess include both an ability to work as part of a team and also on my own unsupervised, the ability to follow strict safety rules and procedures, the understanding for the need to demonstrate compassion and empathy when required, a resilient and confident approach to my work, and also the desire to help and serve people when they really need specialist assistance. I have read the job description for a 111 call handler carefully, and I feel I have the necessary skills, qualities and attributes to perform the role both competently and professionally. So that is quite an in-depth answer, but it's positive in nature, and providing of course you do have those skills, qualities and experience, my advice is to put them in your answer because they will resonate positively with the interview panel. So the next interview question I would like you to prepare for is, what do you know about the ambulance service? So my tip for this question is, in the build up to your 111 call handler interview, make sure you have a thorough understanding of the ambulance service's role in society and also how your role as a call handler fits into the overall objectives of this fantastic service. Here is my suggested answer. There are essentially 2 main service functions the ambulance service provides. The first service is the accident and emergency response element, where paramedics and medical staff respond to incidents and patients. The second element is the patient transport service, PTS aspect, where ambulance staff transport patients to hospitals, care homes and medical centres as and when required. The ambulance service is a very large multifunctional organisation, and there are lots of other support teams and individuals in place to assist the ambulance crews and the paramedics to carry out their duties, and one of those being the 111 call handler. So you are demonstrating there that you understand there are a couple of different functions that the ambulance service will provide, but also that it is a part of a very wide multifunctional organisation and team. So there are lots of different aspects and departments that go up to make the ambulance service, and you recognise that your role is just one part of that brilliant organisation. So I have some more questions to run through, so please don't go anywhere, but when you're ready, if you want to click that link in the top right hand corner of the video, it'll take you through to my website passmyinterview.com, and you can download my full set of 111 call handler interview questions and answers. It's in a PDF guide, so you can have it within your inbox in a couple of minutes' time. Let's have a look at another 111 call handler interview question that I believe will come up. What do you know about the 111 line? So you're applying to become a call handler. You have to understand what the purpose of the 111 line is. So this interview question is basically assessing your understanding of the number, and in particular what it is primarily used for. And of course, there is only one correct answer to this interview question. The 111 line is an NHS service that people should call if they need medical advice or treatment quickly and they are not in a position to wait to see a doctor. I understand it was designed to take pressure off the NHS and also the 999 system, which should only be used for emergency medical treatment. So that's quite a short response, but it demonstrates that you understand what the purpose of the 111 number is. Next question. What does the 111 call handler role involve? So in preparation for this call handler interview question, we need to read and study the job description. So here is a pre-prepared answer to this question, because let's face it, if you don't know what the role involves, how do you know you have the potential and the ability to carry it out competently? Here is my answer. As a 111 call handler, I will have numerous tasks and responsibilities. These include taking a variety of calls from patients and then advising them accordingly and providing a suitable response based on their healthcare needs. I will need to handle all of my calls with confidence, a calm style of communication, and also with an excellent telephone manner. My duties whilst on the telephone will also include booking GP appointments, dispatching an ambulance, and also advising in regard to out-of-hours facilities and care. Now, to carry out the role competently, I will need to be a good mediator, a pacifier, an influencer, have outstanding communication skills, and also remain calm whilst I am under pressure. Finally, no two calls will ever be the same, so I will need to follow my training and the operational guidelines set by the service and always maintain professionalism at all times. That is a brilliant answer that shows that you've read and understood the job description and you know what is required. What other duties do you think you would be doing as part of the 111 call handler role? So my tip for answering this question is basically assessing if you can think on your feet and also how well you understand the importance of maintaining professional competence in a role of this nature. Here is my answer. I feel it would be important to maintain my competence in the role, and on that basis I would be reading and learning new and updated NHS operational procedures. I would also need to keep up to date with guidance requirements and also perhaps assisting in the training of new members of the 111 call handler team as and when they are recruited. I would also have to maintain accurate call records, respond to feedback from my supervisor so I can maintain the highest standards of care, and also assist other team members if they require my help. Next question. One of our core values is compassion. When have you demonstrated this in a previous situation? So this is quite a difficult call handler interview question, the toughest one so far. So my tip for answering this is give a specific answer to this interview question where you've previously shown a caring and compassionate approach in a given situation. Here we go. In a previous job, I noticed a work colleague was not performing to her usual standard. I could detect something was not right, and so I decided to do something about it. I felt it was my task to speak to her to find out if she was okay and to try and help her get back to her usual standard of working. I was concerned for her welfare, and so I decided to take action. I spoke to my colleague in private and asked her if everything was okay. I told her I had seen her work performance had deteriorated and I was concerned. She confided in me that her partner had left her and she was feeling depressed. At that stage, I sympathised with her situation and suggested we speak to our Human Resources department to get her some support through counselling, which she agreed to. My intervention resulted in my work colleague feeling supported and getting the help she needed during her difficult time. 2 months after I first spoke to my colleague, she was back to her normal self, feeling better and also working back to full capacity. Now, what you will have noticed during that answer is I used something called the STAR technique. I begin my response with situation. I then explain the task that needed to be done. I then tell them the action, which is the bulk of my response, and then I'll finish off the result. So whenever they say to you to give an example of a situation, that is actually a behavioural interview question, and my advice is to use the STAR technique: situation, task, action, result. So, a couple of questions to ask in your 111 call handler interview. Here's a good one. Whilst I'm waiting to find out the results of the interview, is there any further literature you recommend I read to learn more about the role and the ambulance service? I'm just keen to use the time wisely. So that shows that you're keen and enthusiastic and you want to carry on learning. Second question, how much time do 111 call handlers dedicate to continuous development and learning? So that shows that you understand it's really important to maintain competence and keep up to date with procedures, etc. So they will be able to answer that for you. But that shows that you understand there is more to the role than just responding to the call. So don't forget to download my 111 call handler interview questions PDF guide. Click that link in the top right hand corner of the website and it takes you through to passmyinterview.com. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all the best for passing your call handler interview. Have a brilliant day.